Hello, and welcome back to my slow English podcast. Today, I want to talk about my trip to Puerto Escondido so far. I arrived in Puerto Escondido a few weeks ago. I went to the beach for lots of sunsets. Sunsets at the beach are just something else. They are all so special to me. I went to a beautiful beach called Carrizalillo, where the view was spectacular. I ate dried fruit at the beach. I love dried fruit, especially if I'm eating it at the beach. And I also went to other beaches where the waves were massive. It's very dangerous to try and swim in those waves. I got fish tacos at a place called Pepe's Tacos, and they were amazing. The best fish tacos I've ever tried. They had guacamole, onion, cilantro, and pineapple all on top. They were so crunchy and flavorful. Then we sat under some trees and we watched the ants marching along the tree stem and branches. I love looking at the view from underneath the trees. How you can see all the leaves and the branches swaying in the wind, covering you from the sun. I love looking at all of the beautiful trees here in Puerto Escondido. All of the trees are filled with flowers, yellow, pink, purple, blue, so many beautiful flowers. And all of the petals just laying on the ground. Then I also went to a skating competition where I saw really good skaters compete for a prize, for a reward. I have been volunteering here at a hostel here on the beach. I really enjoy volunteering because I love staying in beautiful places for free. And I love meeting new people and exploring new places without needing to pay for accommodation, because accommodation can be very expensive. But this hostel that I arrived at wasn't the best volunteering experience for me. There has been lots of unnecessary drama and gossip. It's been really nice swimming every day, meeting up with my childhood friends, laughing, rock climbing, surfing, and walking everywhere. I genuinely walk everywhere I can. I don't like taking buses or paying for taxis, and riding a motorbike is scary for me. It's dangerous. I always see people crashing. I saw so many people hurt or injured in Thailand and Vietnam from motorbike crashes. And in Mexico, people drive like crazy. So I always prefer to walk instead. And I love walking anyways. But apart from all the nice experiences, I had some bad experiences as well. When I arrived at my hostel, I got along really well with everyone. But one night, I was sleeping in my room, and at 1 a.m., I heard a loud banging at my door, someone yelling, but I couldn't hear what they were saying. So, of course, I was scared. Like, who is this banging at my door at 1 a.m.? So, I got up to open the door, and there was another girl volunteer. She told me, "There's no water. You forgot to pump it, to pump the water up." And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I will go pump it now." And she told me, "No, I already did it. Don't go pump it." And she left. I was like, whoa. It was very unnecessary to come yell at me at 1 a.m. If I was in her shoes, I would have just turned on the pump and forgot about it. It's not that big of a deal, but she made it a big deal. So then the next day, I went out for a hike with my friend, and we saw some stunning natural baths. Baths filled with sulfur water and surrounded by trees and fresh air. We had to hike 2 hours to get there, and it was such a relaxing, delightful day. The water was boiling hot. Sulfur water is really good for your blood circulation and for reducing inflammation. So, in general, it was a very relaxing day. And we drove back to the hostel to make some dinner and chill. And when I arrived, the girl who yelled at me was there. She didn't speak to me right away, but after I finished my dinner, she spoke to me in a very rude tone. She said, "Tiana, we need to talk." And I said, "Oh, okay. I'll be back down in a bit, and we can talk. I just want to shower first." So I took a shower, and I came back downstairs, and she started speaking to me in a very rude tone again. She said, "You don't do anything that you're supposed to do. I had to wake up last night to go pump water for you. And last week, you didn't take the trash out. You are a terrible volunteer, and everyone thinks the same as me." And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I spoke and said, "Okay, 1 second. Don't speak to me like that. There is no need to yell or raise your voice. We can have a conversation. If I made a mistake, I'm willing to talk about it. And I'm sorry." And she continued yelling the same about how she didn't like me, she didn't like my work, and I would try to speak and say that I did do this or why I didn't do that. But she wouldn't let me speak. She just continued yelling and speaking in a rude way towards me. So finally I said, "I'm not just going to stand here and be yelled at. We can talk like two smart people, or I can just leave if you won't let me speak." And I left. I can understand why she was angry or frustrated, but it's never necessary to yell at someone, especially someone who you barely know. The problem was that she was dating the boss of the hostel. So now the boss was always trying to get rid of me. He was always watching me. Every little thing that I did, there was always an issue or a problem. And my friends told me I was doing everything right, but they always found something wrong with my work. So I didn't want to be in a place like that anymore. I can't stand being around negative energy, and I don't need to. So I left, and now I'm volunteering at a new hostel. Today, I ate a pineapple for breakfast with some avocado toast, and it was amazing. Tomorrow, I will probably go for a run and do some yoga afterwards. If you enjoyed this story time about my life in a slow, comprehensible way, let me know in the comments and like this video so I can make more videos like this. Subscribe for more slow English podcasts. See you next time. Bye.